I would like to call this January 29th, 2024 Workforce Ready and Livable Communities Council Committee meeting to order. Members of the public may attend the meeting virtually through Microsoft Office Team or view the meeting recordings by visiting www.tempe.gov/WRLC for more information. It's important to understand that there's no formal votes or discussions about the city programs or policies or budgets will happen here. Our role is to explore various topics, with staff and stakeholders and community members, and to make recommendations to our council colleagues. We want to process this be transparent, inclusive, and easy for you to be a part of whenever you choose to be. And share your thoughts with us by filling out a comment card on any item on a meeting agenda or by reaching out to us directly with any thoughts, questions, or ideals. We need you to fill out a comment card in advance that you can be ready into records for an agendized item. The link to the comment cards can be found on our committee webpage at www.tempe.gov/capital W, capital R, capital L, capital C. And will you also find the contact information for committee members and staff here at the non-agendized questions as well. All right, we now move to October 23rd, Rec Council Committee meeting minutes. Councilmember Keating, can we have a motion for the October 23rd, 2023 meeting minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. So I second that motion. The October 2023 Rec Committee meeting minutes are approved. This is time for public comment. Do we have any public comments? Annie, do we have any public comments?
We do not have.
Okay.
We do not have
All right. So I guess there's no reason to read that part of it. Next on our agenda, we have an update from our wonderful Tempe districts in our city. And our first one is Dr. Stacia Wilson. She is coming to me to update us on Tempe Union High School District. And she's also Governing Hodges superintendent. So
That's
welcome.
Right. Councilmember Hodge, Councilmember Keating, and distinguished guests here. Excited to share a little bit about the first semester with Tempe Union High School District, starting with, you have a new face in front of you. So as of August 9th, I became the acting superintendent for Tempe Union High School District, but been in the district 26 years. As we ended the spring semester of 2023, we were focused on starting our strategic plan. And so we had gone through and created the mission, the vision, and the core values. And now as we get into the fall semester, what we started to do was really get into more of the strategic plan and the initiatives that we're looking at. So it has been broken up into 4 areas. One is academic achievement, the second, financial responsibility, the third, recruitment and retention, and the fourth one, culture and climate. And so in our first semester, we put surveys out to our community, our families, our students, our employees, and had them rank order to see what they were interested in. But one of the methods that we are using to build our next strategic plan for 2024 to 2029 is we're looking at the Delphi survey method. And that is one that's been used by universities and larger organizations to really bring a large level of input in as you build the plan. And when you look at that method, it looks at 4 questions that you ask your community constituents. And those 4 would be, one would be, in your opinion, what do you see as the key challenges that high school students will face in the next decade? The second one, what are the key opportunities for innovating the delivery of high school education in the next decade? And the third one, from your perspective, what skills and expertise should high school students possess to thrive in the future job market? And the fourth one is, what impact do you think new technologies, an example would be artificial intelligence, virtual reality. So what will those have on the process of shaping high school education in the future? And so what we do, and using AI, an AI tool, we're able to really break that down with large volumes of responses and organize those into themes. And that's how each of those 4 committee, initiative committees are working through that to build our next plan and the goals that will go along for the next 5 years. So that is the first part. And they're in the process right now of developing SMART goals for each year from 2024 to 2029. So we'll really know where we plan to be within those 4 areas by 2029. The next piece I wanted to share with you is a lot of good news, and given for what this is about, I want to talk to you a little bit about workforce development and CTE. So right now, our CTE program is engaged with the City of Tempe through the Great Jobs, Great Cities Initiative. And the initiative works on growing advanced manufacturing in the city of Tempe. So through that, there are some pathways that have emerged for students in Tempe Union High School District to go on and look at going into different career paths, as well as experience different CTE things within our campuses while they're with us. And so it also supports workforce development through industry certification. And so students who concentrate or complete in a CTE program, they have an opportunity in the 2nd or 3rd year of the program to take an industry credential. And so that credential can give a student the opportunity to build their resume to either continue in higher education or to be able to enter the workforce. And these credentials also show potential employers that they have the grit to complete a program and be certified within the program, even if it isn't their chosen pathway. And this also helps with the schools as we all look to get these, what we call CCRI points, College and Career Readiness Indicator points. And so when students become completers of programs, that's where they can obtain the CCRI points for the school, and that ends up going toward the letter grade. But finally, the Tempe Union High School District CTE department has been working with ADE and on our CTE monitoring this school year. And I'm proud to announce that all 62 programs across our 6 high schools are compliant with the ADE indicators of CTE. And also, I'm happy to announce that 59 of the programs were considered distinguished in quality and the highest quality education when evaluated for the quality of the program. So lots of wonderful things happening in Tempe Union High School District. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're going to ask you if you, Councilman McKean, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you very much for the presentation and the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have one question for you. Since you know exactly what our work, because you are our newest superintendent, what can we do as council to help you to partner within the within workforce to help out? Anything we can do to?
The things that you all are already doing. So we have partnerships going, and they're partnerships with Tempe Union, the city, and I believe we have some things now starting with ASU, the city, and Tempe Union High School District that specifically will target some of the math work, and I know that's also in partnership with the 2 feeder districts, Tempe Elementary and Kyrene.
Okay. Well, thank you. Well, you know where you can find me if you ever need some help.
I do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next, I'm happy to introduce Dr. James Driscoll, of Superintendent of Tempe Elementary School District Number 3. He'll provide his mid-year update. Welcome, Dr. Driscoll.
Good afternoon. I don't know how I can follow that, so I'm gonna wing it. No. So I have a couple items I wanted to share with you guys related to workforce and readiness that we're doing here in TD3. So the first, if you guys aren't aware, Tempe Elementary is a part of the Arizona Teacher Residency Program. It's a one-of-a-kind academic opportunity for individuals who are transitioning to becoming a classroom teacher. It's modeled after the medical residency, so many of you are aware of, especially if you watch Grey's Anatomy, that in the medical field, doctors have to go through a residency program where they actually get on-the-job training. That's kind of the premise of this. And so our teachers that participate in this, they get on-the-job training for over a year of real-world experiences. I provided for you guys kind of like this slide to kind of show like what the apprenticeship is and how it goes for that year long. And so it starts with shadowing. And then once the teacher is accepted into the program, they also get a living stipend, which is approximately $21,000. And they also get a free master's degree paid for through the Arizona Teachers Academy. So upon completion of their apprenticeship, they get a livable wage, they get a master's degree, a free master's degree, and also they get a job opportunity in TD3. And so as part of our partnership with them, we will place those residents into teaching programs upon completion of it if we have jobs available, and pretty much every year we have jobs available. As one of the founding members of this program, we currently boast the largest cohort of teachers through it. Our first cohort, we had 9 teachers that participated in it. They're now their first year teachers of record at Fees College Prep, Connolly Middle School, Mosley Middle School, Thu, Carminati, and Ward Traditional Academy. Tempe has remained a district of choice and currently boasts the largest group for this current year as well. But it also, Tempe has worked to provide the city of Tempe, Tempe Works Department with available job opportunities within our district. Each week, our current job openings are forwarded to that department, as well as Guadalupe Community Partnership and Jobs for Arizona graduates to encourage and highlight the many roles Tempe residents can play and function in our district.
Can I ask you a quick question? Because I don't want to miss so this is a phenomenal program. Okay.
Yep.
So I love this. My question is, are you working with ASU or is it another?
So it's through the NAU as the partner, but it's through the K-12 Center.
Oh,
And
wow.
so that's how it works. But NAU is the college partner. Now, I would say as a former Sun Devil, when I was actually at ASU, we had a program similar to this that I went through. It was called a Apprentice Teacher Program, and it was similar that year. And I don't have the data for Tempe. I know Tempe participated in it at that time, and so did Gilbert. But I know my cohort, we're still in education, and it was because of the work of being able to go a whole year and see that. Like, we got to see the start of a school year and the end of the school year, plus do summer school. And so it really, I felt, prepared me for the job. And with our residents, when we talked to them, they really felt like, hey, we actually understand what it takes to do this job. And I would tell you, some people get in there and are like, we understand what it takes. This is not for us.
Yes.
But the people who stay, they actually have a great heightened, and we're tracking how long they stay in the profession after this. So we're tracking the data to see if this program has led to them staying past the 3-year mark in the teaching program. So.
Wow. Is it, do they have a certain amount of time they have to, after they finish the program, that they have to stay within?
Yeah, normally it's like 2 to 3 years if they get a job. So part of it is they have to get a job, and that's how they get the free college tuition, because that's what pays if they stay longevity in.
Oh, that is great. Councilman Keaton, you have any questions on this?
Is that the end of the presentation, or?
No, just on this part right here.
I'll save my comments for the end.
Okay.
Thank you.
The next is we have a partnership with Honeywell. And so Tempe Elementary is embarking on a new partnership with Honeywell. All Mosley 8th graders will be working with Honeywell to compete in a Barrett-Jackson STEM Challenge. Through this partnership, students will participate in a kickoff meeting where they will meet Honeywell engineers in an assembly, be exposed to the challenge and learn the parameters of the project. Students will have 2 in-person sessions with engineers to help plan and work through engineering design process. They will design their vehicle and create a digital presentation to be submitted into the Barrett-Jackson STEM competition. Students will work virtually and in person with Honeywell engineers and will learn about Honeywell, their core values, and essential roles of engineering. This orientation of this project with students will begin in February, and the challenge begins right after spring break. So many districts that have embarked in the esports. We actually offered this elective at all our comprehensive middle schools with the addition of Chamblee and Ward Traditional. But this year, students participating in esports as a class elective will get to participate in competition. And so esports, short for electronic sports, is an opportunity for students to compete in team building through video games. Esports helps students embrace passions for competition while fostering collaboration, creativity, and inclusion. This program will help build strengths in problem solving, teamwork, communication, and future-ready skills. And so we're very excited about this. I found out, I want to say last year, that there's like this Fortnite competition where a person was a millionaire. I said, sign me up. I went and bought me a PlayStation 2 and started like I'm not good at it, but I'm like, $1 million, man, what are we doing? So we're always looking for ways to engage our students in different pathways so that they can chase their dreams. And this is, we're seeing great success with this class, standing room only. And so it's continuing to fill. And as we offer it at more and more of our schools, the demand for it comes. So we're looking at moving it down even to our elementary because we see a high demand for it as well. We also have construction club and partnerships. So to help with students, and I have Michelle Grimaldi here, this is her baby. To help students understand the world of work and what is available in our Tempe community, we have partnered with several construction industry partners. Our goal is to help students understand the following concepts: safety equipment and rules on job sites, materials that are chosen for a project, and the process for picking them, site plans, any electronics, drone, or pictures of the stages of construction, HV, plumbing, electrical processes, and installation. Learning from a real construction worker why he or she chose that job. Before and after pictures of proposed projects, budgets, what career options in construction are being used for specific sites, and unique things about the project once it's complete. While they have a garden, courtyard to eat, safety consideration, what safety equipment or technology is in that project. McCarthy Construction has completed 6 weeks of an after-school club with learning opportunities that feeds college prep, and they have started the same program at Connolly Middle School this month. Concepts each week include framing, plumbing, electrical, drywall, tape, and drywall repairs. One of the things I would say that's really important about this is that many of our students don't even understand the world in construction and how they can make 6 figures doing that. And so we're trying to expose our students not only to the academic pathways, but also to the career pathways as well. And this is an untapped that most of our students never even knew existed until they get exposed to this. So I thank Michelle for partnering and all our construction partners for doing this, because they take time to come out on our campuses to provide this service to our students. In addition to that, I want to mention we have Morton Construction, who has treated our 3rd graders at Thew, Holdeman, and Curry to Construction Day, including concepts such as safety, design, and virtual goggles, irrigation, and material management. Talked about Connolly, and then we had McCamey IB design students are scheduled to take a tour to the Chase construction project in the Cartwright School District for the Larry Kennedy School rebuild. And then Frank Elementary will be partnering with South Mountain Community College in April to tour college campus, but participate in hands-on activities with the CIT, which stands for Construction Industry Technician Construction Skills Program. South Mountain is very excited to promote workforce development in hopes of replenishing craft people throughout the trades and show students career options available within their industry. And with that, questions?
Okay, that was phenomenal. Michelle, I want to ask you one quick question. Can I get a tour? Can I come? Can I go and see the kids actually do that? I would love to see that. And second is, I know some of us as council members, we go out when we have construction in ours. I'll ask my people first how we can do that, but maybe we can do a field trip if it's safe for them to go with us when we go out, when we do our hard hats, to do it too, to go out with one of us. Like, I know I got to do, what is the Carlos cul-de-sac? And they're still doing construction. That'll be a good one to see, because they can see the different sides of it. So I'll work with you on that one, because I'm doing cul-de-sac very soon.
Perfect.
So I would love to. So, oh my God, you got some great things. Honeywell, can you just, I want to ask you one quick question about Honeywell. So what is the end goal of it? So after they do it, what is the,
So really the end goal is that it goes throughout not only our system, but feeds all the way up through Tempe Union as well. Wow. And it really is exposing our students to that career STEM education, and having engineers to be able to help them design projects. So
I love it.
Last year we did a virtual city where our students in 5th grade at Cali created their own city, and we had industry leaders come in. We had people from the city of Tempe. It's kind of that same concept, is to show our students not only the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but how that apply those to the real world and have that application piece, which once they see that, is a game changer for them because they say, oh, this math now makes sense.
I love it. Oh my God, that's phenomenal. Councilmember Keating, do you have any questions?
I don't think I have any questions. Speaking of tours, I'd love to tour the esports. And I certainly wish we had that when I was in high school. I would have been a better student, probably had a better GPA. Graduated from high school, I tell you what. But to your comments about picking up a PlayStation and playing Fortnite, Dr. Driscoll, I'm here to tell you, those kids, I mean, they don't mess around.
I learned very quickly.
And I thought I was good at video games growing up, but now like their whole lives are using their thumbs. It's just the hand-eye coordination alone will never catch up. So it's a good thing we have day jobs.
Yes, and I'll share with you. I share with some of our students that they saw Super Mario. I was like, I actually had the Nintendo, and I still have it.
Yeah,
and I brought
do
it
too.
in, and when the game didn't work, and I started blowing in the cartridge, like this is what we had to do to get it to work. And they were like, what? We're like, yeah, this is how we got to do. So they got a culture shock. So when I showed them that, they're like, these are pixels? Like, yeah, this is great graphics right here. So.
Well, to be funny, I literally joined. I did football. I did Madden. I was out in the first round, but I did it. I literally tried. I play Madden all the time because I have two sons, and we did Madden 2 and 2K all the time.
Yeah,
I'm the
that's
best at that, man. Don't see me on that one. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
mean, as I told Dr. Wilson, if there's anything that you can see that you want to help, partner with us, please let Councilmember Keating and myself know that we would love to be a part of.
And I think you guys shared it. Like anytime you guys can give our students opportunities and experiences that they can see, we're all for it. We want our students to be exposed and to see those because when they see it, then they can imagine a world that's different than what they're coming from. So
I would love to do, I'll put this, I would love for one of your students, each one of you guys have a student, to model me in a day, and I'll make sure it's a good busy day. Yes, and do that. So I would love to do that too.
thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'll leave this up here.
Last but not least,
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
welcome.
Thank you. Councilmember Hodge and Councilmember Keating, thank you for having us here today. I am excited to share a little bit about what's been going on in Kyrene since the last time we were here. So just to share some of the events that we've been, and just a reminder for the community, Tempe is always so great to us. And as you know, many of our schools sit in multiple cities. So in addition to serving Tempe, we also serve Guadalupe, Chandler, Ahwatukee, and the Gila River Indian community. So I think that's just important for people to understand how diverse Kyrene really is. So just to share some of the events that we've hosted, I'm not going to read every single thing, but I'll just highlight a few key ones. And then, of course, you have this if there's any that you'd like to ask a few more questions about. But we're super excited that this year we celebrated our second Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day at Breesis and Apprende Elementary. It was a full school walk assembly over by Desert Breeze Park. And it was, when I say thousands, I kid you not, thousands of students, educators, parents, community members. We did have some city government officials from Chandler join us on that visit. And we are anticipating expanding this to many more schools next year. So we will be reaching out with invites once we have which schools will be participating next year. So it's really become an important milestone in Kyrene, and we're really excited for that. The other thing we're super excited about is since the first time since 2019, we were able to bring back our Community Education Play Day. It is a free event for our entire community, and it also brings in, I think, what, a couple thousand? I think 2,000 or 3,000 in attendance. So it's really a nice day for our community to highlight what's available for our families that come in attendance. Also, to celebrate some of our celebrations this year, Kyrene turned 135, big celebration, yeah. And also, as we shared in our last update, we were just getting ready to launch our strategic plan. So our strategic plan has since launched. It is on our website if you're interested. We also have some nice little one-page quick handouts. I'm not going to read it all to you, but really the focus of our strategic plan is Thrive, being ready for the future. And we've begun really implementing our initial priorities in this plan. And what I can tell you is this first year heavily focused on early literacy and how critical it is for our students to be reading on time. And so we're spending some time really looking at what are strategies we know that will be effective. Kyrene was one of the only districts that was awarded the Science of Reading grants in the state. So every one of our staff members that needs to will get that training for free through us. So we're really excited. Yeah, thank you. Also, we were awarded over $200,000 in art grants this year. So we're really excited to expand the reach of fine arts and musical arts in our district. And so we're really excited about that. And what that will do is provide about $1,000 to all of our Kyrene art teachers, as well as all of our kindergarten and first grade teachers in the district for art supplies. And then something else that I just like to shout out because, again, I think it's really important. I think Dr. Driscoll talked a little bit about some residency programs and attracting teachers, and we all know how hard it's getting to get teachers into our systems. So something we're really proud of in Kyrene is how many of our own students come back to actually teach in the district. And so this year we had more than 20 former Kyrene kids join us as educators in our district. So that was a real celebration for us. Really cool. Whoops. And before I jump into a couple more celebrations or recognitions, if you will, this year we're also excited to announce, I was able to announce to my governing board right after the break. Also, in addition to our strategic plan, you can find our budget. So if you're ever interested in the Kyrene budget, it's quite large. But for the second year in a row, we were awarded the Meritorious Budget Award, which is a really big accomplishment from the Association of School Business Officials International, which recognizes excellence in school budget policies, practices, and presentation. We are the only district in Arizona, and I believe the only district in the last 10 years to have received this award, and this is our second year in a row. So again, real transparency in our budgeting process and goes into great detail. Also exciting to announce that next month, we are getting ready to bring home 18 awards of excellence in our communications, marketing, and public relations from the Arizona School Public Relations Association. But this year, we're especially proud that ASPRA has named the Kyrene Governing Board the top school board in the state for contributions to public relations. So we're really proud of the work that the governing board has done, working with the community and the school district to really create a very highly functioning and, as I would say, model school board for others to see. And then some of the key outreach that occurs in the district that I'm really proud of, and I have Miss Erin Helm here from our communications and community engagement, but who's a big partner with me in this, is all of the outreach that goes on to get out into our community. And so some of that meaningful engagement with our stakeholders is we have 4 major groups that meet at regular intervals throughout the year to consult on critical district work. So first, we have the Kyrene Business Alliance, which is made up of all of our local business leaders and community organizations that advise us on the workplace our students will enter, so we can best prepare our students for the future. I will tell you, we get a great turnout at our Kyrene Business event. Almost every event is pretty full. We do this one quarterly. And we spend a lot of time. They helped us develop our portrait of our Kyrene kid, and they now are in the process of helping us develop the portrait of our Kyrene educator. So what are those skills and attributes that we believe our teachers need to have in order to make sure that our students can fulfill the portrait? The second group is our parent organizational roundtable, which is made up of PTO and PTA parent leaders from all of our schools, and we bring them together as an opportunity to collaborate and help share what's going on in the community, especially when you have communities coming from so many different cities. It's nice to hear what resources are out there. We are very fortunate that everyone treats Kyrene as one, even though we serve multiple cities, and so we look to that as a real advantage to take advantage of all the different resources that are out there. The third one is my Superintendent Advisory Council, and that has evolved over the years. There used to be a separate parent council, a separate staff council, and a separate community council. And what we found is many times we brought them together for joint collaborative meetings, and the feedback was, could you just put us all in one council, because it's really beneficial for us as parents to have these conversations when we can hear the voice of your teachers or instructional staff that are out at the school, and same for our teachers, for hearing the voices of our parents or community members. So we now have one superintendent advisory council. And then I'm not going to lie, my favorite group out of the four is my Superintendent Student Senate. And that also has evolved over the years. This year really is one of my favorite years. I have 2 8th grade students from each of our either K-8 schools or our middle schools. And so I will tell you some of the most insightful feedback. If you ever want to be a fly on the wall, that's the group to listen to, and out-of-the-box thinking. And so I'm really excited. I think it's a great opportunity for our students to exercise their collaboration, their communication, and their leadership skills. And I know you asked the question, kind of what can you guys do to help us? And one of the things that's been on my mind is, how do I start? These are 8th graders going to be heading off into high school, but how do I help them see how they function in a community? How do our governing boards function? How do our city councils function? And so we may be reaching out to see if the Student Senate can come do a little field trip this year. And then, of course, I just want to do a big shout out and thank you to our Kyrene community. One of our biggest celebrations this year is that we were able to pass our bond and override. It was our DAA, our capital override. This was not an easy election year for districts across the valley. And as organized opposition efforts specifically sought to defeat bonds and overrides, that kind of opposition was a first for Kyrene. But fortunately, our community continues to demonstrate support for our students and schools by voting yes for Kyrene, and we are so very grateful to all of our community members. For those that maybe weren't paying attention as we were going through the election, if you're curious about what the Bond and Override Fund, it really funds all of our safety and security improvements, our critical building maintenance, our safe transportation, and our future-ready classroom technology. So again, thank you to our voters. And then finally, I'd just like to share some of the opportunities that are out there for our community. We partner with a lot of local organizations, but Tempe, obviously, specifically the Coalition is one that I would like to do a shout out for, that's been a fantastic partner. Many of our Kyrene Positive Parenting series run through the Tempe Coalition or in partnership with the Tempe Coalition. And so we've had series of presentations that provide our families with information related to a variety of topics, such as how to identify risk behaviors, bullying, and the social emotional health of students. We have 3 remaining presentations this year, so I wanted to get those on there in case anybody was interested. Understanding the impact of ACEs and trauma, raising competent teenagers, and chemicals of concern, which of course is about the drug use in the community. And so with that, that's a snapshot of Kyrene and what's been going on in 23-24 so far. And with that, I'll open it up with any questions.
Well, thank you so much. First off, I want to put on there to Sapan, I want to do the Superintendent Student Senate. And I want to work with you to get, some students to shadow.
That would
I
be
would love
great.
to do that, yes. I have a comment for all 3 districts. I was at an ASU event. We were at an advocacy just a couple of days ago. And one of the things the ASU said that they're very lucky to have their hub in Tempe because they have 3 great school districts. And so I just wanted to say thank you to all 3 of you guys, the school districts. You guys are phenomenal. Kyrene, I hear you guys, your education is so surplus that I hear it not only in our state, I hear it outside of our state. So congratulations on that. I wanted to wait to tell you that in person. I could have called you, but I wanted to tell you that.
Thank you.
And while I was here, that I hear about Kyrene outside of the state. So
That's awesome.
keep up the great work, you guys. And what I love the most is you guys are all working together because we have parents, we have families that have kids in all 3 districts.
Yep.
So it's important. And as I said before, anything that you need, let myself or Councilman Keaton know. We would love to. I've been trying. I went to one of your business alliance. I haven't been back because it's always busy at the same time. But one of these days, I'm going to make it on it. So I'm going to have Sapan have it on my calendar so I can get to one of them because usually at the time that I have another meeting. But I will definitely make it out there. Anything you guys want me to come to, you guys let me know, and I will show up.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that any of the three of you guys want to talk about or let us know about while you're here?
Well, I have some comments as
Oh, I'm
well.
so sorry. I just left. Councilman Keaton, you know, I forgot you were even there because you're not sitting next to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to be in the office
I
during the day,
know.
but no, thank you very much for the presentation. And I agree with Councilmember Hodge. I think a field trip to the Student Senate or vice versa would be a very productive use of time and pretty cool to see. And yeah, I'd be happy to participate in that. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Keating.
I'm gonna also our city manager's here, so I'm gonna ask her when she want to be one of the people that they watch. Yeah, yeah, because you know she actually is the person who runs the city, so we need to actually give credit where credit's due.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for your presentations. Councilman Keating, you have anything else to say?
Not on the presentations, no.
Okay. So our next thing is we move to our announcements. Is there any new items for considerations for our next month's agenda? I would like to present from the City of Tempe Education Career and Family Services, Age, Family, Tempe, and Aging in our city. So those are two things I would like to do. Councilman Keating, do you have any future items you would like to add on there?
Yes, I would like to hear from the Economic Development Department, just on a general update as far as economic development, what's coming down the pipeline in 2024, expectations, things like that. Thank you.
That's a great one. Also, I'm going to add, but this doesn't have to be for next month. I want to bring the business community back in our colleges, our universities, and our community colleges, so we can have the update with them to continue on the fast on education. Thank you. All right. So, Councilor, I guess I'm reading the script. I'm thinking I'm looking at yours, and it looks like it says Councilmember Keating, but I guess we have done that part. So, do you have any announcements, Councilmember Keating?
No, I do not.
Okay, neither do I. So our next meeting is Monday, February 25th, 2024 at 3 p.m. Our council committee meets on final Monday of every month. Next month, our meeting will take place, I just said it. I don't know why I add that in there again. Our next thing is adjournment. See, I don't need to read off of paper because I don't do very well when I read off papers. I get all twisted and mixed up, but thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great rest of your day.